Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Versus, the podcast in defense of bad movies. This is prequel episode, I think it's 29 is what we're at.
30 now, I thought.
Is it? Oh, is this 30?
Yeah, because I thought we made the joke about staying 29 forever
Oh,
last time.
I think you're right. I think that this is 30.
So it is actually 29.
It's the
you're anniversary.
Right. It's the week anniversary of our
You're
first,
right.
our 29th
I
podcast.
fucked it up.
Sorry. It's the week anniversary of our that joke. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, crap. Yeah, okay, this is 30. Chuck is right for once.
Yes.
How can we never remember how many episodes there are?
And this
is
is 40, our movie for this week.
I think that this is the first time that I've actually been wrong. I'm just always
You are
I never
consistently
know.
right,
It's
but you're never
impossible to
sure
tell.
you are
Yeah.
until it happens.
Yeah. So yeah, this is actually prequel to episode 30. And the Dirty 30s, you know what I'm saying? Charlie knows what I'm saying. He's giving me that look.
Yep.
Steve, you know. Oh,
I do.
you know.
I'm deep into my
Are you
30s.
yeah, Steve, are you 30 yet?
I'll be 32 in like a month.
So Steve,
Me
you know
too.
all about your dirty 30s.
Yes. Yes.
Steve's the old head of the podcast.
They say the
Steve-
terrible 32s.
Every now and then, Steve just sits us down and tells us about the old days when movies were really bad.
Back in my day, the internet required CDs.
You can only use it for a couple hours at a time until your disc ran out. Then you had to steal another one
and you
from
couldn't-
Target.
You steal another one. We had I hoarded them as if I was going to run out of the
See,
internet.
but I like the thrill.
you do it for it helps you get going for that porn that you look up later on the internet on one of the 3 websites that is what was the
That's like double stealing.
what was that one website, like Rotten or like something rotten or
There was just
the website,
rotten.com.
yeah, rotten.com. That was the one.
That was
Something
for, like,
rotten.
looking at like dead bodies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
my porn, yes.
Something rotten was like that early thing that was kind of like E-Bomb's World.
No,
and
I think that was
it
something
like a
awful.
mess- Oh, that is
Yeah,
something
Rotten
awful.
though.
I am
Rotten
so
was
bad
like
at
Rotten
life
was
today.
like 4chan before 4chan existed, because it was just like look
Kinda,
up
yeah.
really
Just like crime scenes, like
crime scene photos and
O.J.
stuff
Simpson's,
like that.
like almost fully decapitated wife's head.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I am so innocent when it comes.
Oh, don't worry. After
Fucking
we're done
loser.
recording, we'll pull it up for
I
you and we'll show you.
would
that.
really like that to never happen.
Your innocence is what it's your charm. So
Yeah,
that's,
no. If like we were talking about it last night, Tyler, if there's 3 of you guys, I don't know that this podcast holds up anymore.
You're telling me when you were a little youngster, you never looked up the
Chris
autopsy
Farley.
photos of JFK?
Don't lie, Steve. You precocious little scamp.
God, it's like you never even went to a public library.
No, I just had the Zapruder films.
That's just the difference. That's the difference
Sorry,
between the
softcore doesn't get me off anymore.
that's the difference between the old heads and the. He grew up in a different time.
I'm actually more disturbed at how like coherent this entire conversation has progressed.
Well,
Good thing we're not recording yet, right?
good thing this is what this podcast is about. No, it's a bad movie podcast.
Despite all of the last 10 minutes.
We did talk about a film already.
Which one?
Zapruder film.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that in the Oh shit!
It's under 60%. Is that what you're asking?
No. I was wondering what's the Faces of Death. There we go.
God,
Is that
I
or a
haven't
Serbian
seen that.
film?
In high school, I knew a girl who to a teacher
Who was on
said
Faces
her,
of Death?
No. She said to a teacher that her favorite movie was Faces of Death, and he was like, "We should talk to someone."
Well, isn't like half of that movie fake and like half of it's real? I think some of it's fake and some.
I never watched it because, like we just went over,
You're
not my interest.
Yeah, that's. I agree with Steve though. In all reality, that's not really something I want to see. With the JFK thing, that's historical, and it was a huge event, so there's a
And there's all that.
there.
I mean, there's all that confusion and speculation around it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So bad movie.
Travelocity gnome on the grassy knoll did it.
bad movie podcast, where it's the podcast in offense of bad movies, actually, where we see bad movies and we do our
Christ.
best to defend them. And yeah, I mean, what are we in? We're almost 10 minutes into the podcast, and
Seriously, we did that for 10 minutes.
I don't know, when did we started? It's probably about over 5 minutes.
Man,
So thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
you could pull so many great sound bites for my future from this. I hope I never run for any sort of position or anything. They're like, as you can see here, he says he gets on to political assassination.
Hire him. We need that kind of
I guess.
Anyway.
diversity in the workforce.
Hey, I could always apply for the Illuminati, though. I've already got to boost it.
I think we're all already a part of the Illuminati.
Nope.
We're putting-
I'm not.
Oh yeah, sorry, Steve. Steve's like, he doesn't want people to know he's part of the Illuminati, so he's acting like all shy right now, and his cheeks are getting red, and he's putting his hand over his mouth.
Man, bad movies. They're so bad.
But and this is a prequel episode, so we're going to I assign the movies this time. And I got a little theme for you guys. I don't know. Do you guys just want to go straight to the assigning?
Sure.
Here.
Yeah.
All right. I got a little theme. I figure by the time the full episode that comes out, it'll be right in line with the movie Alien Covenant
Ooh.
being released. I believe so.
Ooh.
And so I decided that I'm gonna do a little theme here
AVP Requiem
relating
and,
to. Oh no.
Predator
Mine is actually
That'd
no.
be a
It's,
blowout. But which way?
it's actually going to be Steve. You're gonna see Alien 3.
Okay.
And Charlie, you're gonna see Predator 2, so you got that part right.
Oh, hell
Have
yeah.
you not seen either?
I surprisingly have not seen these two. Yeah, I think I've seen all of the Predator and Alien movies except for Predator 2 and Alien 3. I know that at least I've
knew,
seen.
like fate kept you away from these movies.
Yeah, I guess I've at least seen lots of Resurrection. If I haven't seen the whole thing, I've seen enough that I know it's awful. And then I've seen Predator and I've seen Predators, which obviously was
This
Adrian
one's got
Brody's.
Danny Glover.
So
in
are
it.
we gonna?
Yeah, I
so
know,
does
and it's
that
in
mean,
the city. I know that.
Does that mean we're gonna go see the new Predator?
You mean Alien? Oh wait, the one, the Shane Black one or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean probably, but I'm not looking forward to it because I'm not a huge Shane Black fan.
Yeah.
Or Sean Black? Is it Shane?
Shane.
Shane Black. Yeah, I'm
And
not.
I'm definitely not a Jacob Tremblay fan.
You guys get so angry every time Jacob Tremblay gets brought
I
up.
don't care.
I mean,
he was good in Room.
I mean, I say angry, but usually it's like fake, like over exaggerated anger.
I don't
for,
have a
like,
problem
whatever.
with him as an actor. More just as like
As
a person.
as a personality.
Yeah.
Just
He
because
seems like he knows he's cute.
That's
That's just
Of
that
course.
age, though. He's like, oh, I'll make these little
it's
jokes
coast
and
off that.
stuff.
You're telling me that Haley Joel Osment didn't know that he was cute?
Man, that sure wore off.
To who? Not me.
I mean,
That's it's wrong.
He is his own beast. Nobody will ever be like him ever.
I guess.
yeah, I guess. Sure.
Jeez, you guys hating on Haley Joel Osment. I didn't know that.
It's I just didn't know you were like so excited. Like
He's
I don't have
the
a
voice
problem.
of Sora, dude.
I mean, that's cool.
That really does nothing for me.
I mean, that is pretty cool because I do love Kingdom Hearts.
But yeah,
He's in Tusk for a few minutes, guys.
yeah, he is. He is.
He was in the Entourage movie.
He was. He wasn't in the show
God,
though.
lucky.
Because for some reason I watched that entire show thinking that I was going to watch that movie, and I've never seen the movie still.
The movie is somehow worse than the show, and the show is like so long. I'm not gonna get into my thoughts on the Entourage show because that's its own terrible show.
I mean, Johnny Bananas is pretty
that
funny.
part was kind of funny, but that's like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's like the last season. And so I looked up Predator 2 on YouTube, and the first hit is Predator 2 full movie. So we always know that is a great.
Hell yeah.
And it's even above the watch for $2.99 option.
Because you think a lot of people are hitting the watch for $2.99, the full movie's just sitting there.
What's the view count?
It doesn't. Let's see. It doesn't say. It's super zoomed
man.
in.
You can't even see the full 2 in 20th century.
You could just make out the word century.
No, you could make out entry.
It's got almost 250,000 views, and the top comment is excellent. What the fuck? While this isn't 1997, it sure as fuck is Chicago. Anyway, let's find a trailer here. Oh man, I guess yeah. Well, full movie English. Predator 2 trailer. This is riveting content that we're okay. Yeah, I found a trailer for Predator 2. We're gonna go watch these trailers and then we can get back into this.
So I have to watch Predator 2. Steve has to play through 5 times Alien Colonial Marines.
Oh God, is that even possible? Can you finish that game?
I don't know.
You know what we're talking about, right? So you look, Alien Colonial Marines was like one of the biggest. So you know the guys who did Borderlands, right? Gearbox, I think it was.
Oh, I didn't even know it was them.
Yeah, they put out this game, and it had like so much hype behind it, and it was nothing
It's
like
a great concept.
like any of the trailers or anything. Like it was
That always sucks.
like and it was a huge flop, and I think that there might have been a lawsuit about it, even like false advertisement kind of thing. I don't know. So yeah, you're playing that.
Yeah, good, fun. That's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. There's something in the Predator trailer that I wanted to bring up. Let's see if I can watch it. Well, first off, I think it's funny that it is in your movie, one of your top billed actors is Gary Busey.
Uh-huh.
Like I mean, that
was at like
No, yeah, that
peak
was
Gary Busey.
Is this before or after Point Break? Because he kind of got a surge after Point Break.
Yeah, I don't know.
and I love the girl's name, Maria
Conchita
Alonso. Yeah, that's yeah, your favorite. And you're right. That's Bill Paxton.
And then an unbilled Bill Paxton.
Yeah, unbilled Bill Paxton. You're right.
Which is weird because you'd think he would have gotten a little shout out after Weird Science and everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I think that do we know when Alien 3 came out? Was it in the 90s?
I don't know.
Because the trailer for Predator 2 was so painfully 90s.
Because it had like full movie voice.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I noticed was that mine didn't have like the exposition voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
mine just had super awkward symphonic music
and like 800 cuts in a minute and a half.
Yeah,
if it was even that
pretty
long.
Intense.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that trailer. There was like upside down shots.
Yeah.
And I mean, David Fincher, he's a good director. So
I mean, I would eventually
POV shots.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like a scurry along the ceiling shot.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky, scary. So yeah, Steve, you're seeing Alien 3, and Charlie, you're seeing Predator 2.
I'm excited. Since now that I don't have school,
You're just gonna watch all of the Alien movies.
Yeah,
that might make it hard
for
for you to like argue for that movie then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alien's a great property.
It, though.
I mean, I feel like if I watch 2 Aliens movies and then Alien 3, that's still not as bad as having to watch a single Medea movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And then Charlie, Predator 2, you know, as long as you're fine that it's zoomed in.
Yeah, when you said I was seeing it, it's like, well, maybe I'll see like 60% of it. Not lengthwise.
Yeah,
just ratio-wise.
Just in the screen. Yeah, or you could just rent it for $3.
Yeah, that's
better than paying $13 to buy it as if it were Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But
we will hear about that for the rest of our lives. That's definitely going in next year's year-end review.
Oh, dude, that was oh my God. Yeah, and I've watched stuff on Apple TV recently, and
it taunts you.
Well, the people that I'm with, like I'll be with
it's so embarrassing.
What?
That you'd have to then the people be like, did you buy Paul Blart too?
Well, it's like both with landlord Kevin and then later his girlfriend. They both had the. Wait, why did you buy Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? I don't want to talk about it.
You should feel shame.
But and I had to tell because my account's linked to, because we all share our movies on Apple TV. Yeah. So my account is linked to my dad's account. So he got charged with it, and he was like, "Oh hey, you know,
your card
Someone
was
got drunk
obviously
and
stolen.
he was like,
ordered ball.
he was like, you owe me, you know, $13 for this, and I was like, oh god, I forgot. And then he was like, why did you buy this? He was like, you couldn't have rented.
Dad.
He's like, you couldn't have rented it, and I was just like, Dad, you think that I wouldn't have if I could have? Yeah, no.
What would be less embarrassing, that or like the porn parody of it?
Man, that's the porn parody one would probably be way worse.
Is that a thing?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
No, but I mean, well, yeah, I guess that would be double.
Yeah, that would be like, oh my god, my son not only am I seeing my son's porn history, but it's Paul Blart Mall Cop related.
Also starring Kevin James.
It's like,
I mean, he needs the work.
He does.
it's brutality porn, and it's Paul Shart ball lop too.
Oh God. Oh, they went through. Then
Ball
he made it
lop.
through the first. Ball lop 1 wasn't enough to take care of it all.
Well, one.
Well, you obviously haven't seen the trailers. That's what they actually.
Of course
That's actually
I
what.
haven't seen
That's
the
actually what they say
trailers.
at the beginning of the trailer for the second one. They say, "Ball Lop 1 wasn't enough,"
You
It's
say
time
this
to
like I
come
would
full
have
circle.
ever watched.
and
This
we all
show.
know how come is spelled.
Wait, no. Did you say, Charlie? Did you say it's come full circumcision?
Oh, I didn't say that, but I should have.
let's rewind the tape and and
And make
just-
sure Steve didn't get to say
and
it.
just add you adding the scission part.
It has come full
Over.
circle.
Hold on. Decision.
Perfect. We got a clean.
Even though I
We got
still
clean
said
audio.
Circle. So you'd have to put it in.
Come-
Circle cision.
Or it'd be circumcision circle.
You
I'll
could
back
just-
up the circle a little bit, and then Steve will come in saying, "Charlie, did you say circumcision?" And we'll all be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, Steve, you didn't hear him say that. Bam, put that in there, and we're good. Thanks for letting me get a clean take of
all
that,
right,
Steve.
sounds good.
I'm looking forward to watching mine though.
Me too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking forward to hearing him. I think it's a even thing that I really like the Alien franchise, and I like the Predator movies. At least the first one.
No,
The
Predator
Predators.
one is badass.
the
Predators is all right.
Well, Predators doesn't have that like long history like Alien. It just has a much larger
Yeah.
amount.
and Predator 2 just seems so fucking ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
just in New York. Is that it's streets of New York, right?
I don't know. It's
No, it's
Chicago or
gangs
New
of
York.
New York.
Okay, my
Gangs of
bad.
New York.
This is
I'd watch
so. Oh
Predator
shit!
in
So
that
Daniel
movie.
Day Lewis
No,
is
yeah,
playing
yeah.
Predator.
No, Daniel Day Lewis is fighting Predator because the Predator is coming after the biggest motherfucker around, which is Daniel Day Lewis.
Okay.
As Bill the Butcher.
Bill the
right?
Butcher.
I mean, he could probably kill a predator.
I would watch that movie.
And then he'd probably
intense.
drink his milkshake.
Could be.
He'd drink it up.
And then
so that's
free
the same-
all the slaves.
And then get shot in the back of the head.
See, it all comes full circle.
Yeah, all of his
Decision.
movies are in the same. All of his movies are in the same universe, right? That's why he.
No. Yeah, they are because he played them out in real time when he was acting in them because he is a crazy method actor.
He's a. he,
One might even call him Method Man.
yeah, he is a method man.
That's what I call him.
I think that's what the Wu-Tang Clan calls him. That's him, right? That's the role of a lifetime. I thought that he is. He's got us all fooled. Unless you connect the dots like I did. Yeah, you can look at the corkboard I have behind me that has all the
Oh, yeah, there
all
it
the
is.
yarn stringing up.
You're gonna need some more yarn.
Down the rabbit hole.
Don't worry, I've got the yarn.
Okay.
What else do we do on this podcast except for talk out of our ass about stupid shit?
Things we're excited about, I guess.
Excited about? Is there anything?
Did we do anything this past week? That we had any movies? Do you guys see any movies that you want to talk about?
I did see
saw-
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So did I.
Oh, you guys already saw. Oh yeah, you told me that yesterday, Steve.
I went with my buddy Brian. We were looking for something to do.
Yeah, what'd you guys think? Well, let's hear
Wait,
some.
we all saw it?
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Charlie, you go ahead and hit it up first.
Do we want to save it for when you see it or no?
I don't care.
I thought
I
it was
think.
pretty
I
good.
mean, we might as well strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I definitely, some of the humor really hit hard for me. Others was just like, all right, but
Well, I like the first one then.
it was and I enjoyed myself. I went in with leveled expectations, and yeah,
For me, I thought it was clearly worse than the first. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was really that good until about 30 minutes after Kurt Russell showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I thought it got really good. And then everything else, it was like Anchorman 2 versus Anchorman 1, where you could tell they were like trying to hit jokes, and I don't know if I would care about them on multiple viewings.
Yeah, some of them did still. I did still think some parts were really funny though, and some of the emotional beats I think did work. But yeah, I think it was worse in the first one, that in the sense that we've already seen the first one. So if this would have come first, maybe it would be better because it would be new.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing mainly. Is that it's like it's a retread of something that was good, but since it's not new anymore, it's not as like, oh hey, this is awesome. You know, like it's good.
It takes away that plus.
For me, it just took too long to get, because I really thought that the main plot was like really good, but it was a lot of setup.
It kind of reminds me of, I remember when we saw Charlie, you and I saw Elysium.
I didn't see that.
What the fuck? I thought
that was you and Joe, I think, or Scott.
Oh shit, maybe. I thought I saw that with you. Anyway, saw Elysium and like walking out of the theater, whoever I saw it with, maybe I just saw it by myself and had like my hand painted like with a wig, and it was like,
I don't know.
Hey,
you were talking
buddy.
to Dennis Leary from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
hey, buddy, I didn't like that. Yeah, no, I'm going insane, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Going.
Well, this was years ago, so I'm probably far past. We both were like, man, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't really that great, especially because this guy made District 9. So it's like, if this came before District 9, then this movie would have been better than it is. Like, we would have liked it better because it would have been like a director's first thing. It's like, oh man, this is pretty cool for like somebody's first thing. But watching it, it's like, man, this is the guy who made District 9. Like, oh shit! Like, this is...
Steve, you bring up a good point, because I do remember catching myself thinking, it's not a spoiler or anything, but when they're at like the crashed ship, when their ship originally crashes on Barbeat or whatever,
Mos Eisley,
Barrett or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking like, wow, the story isn't going anywhere really. They're just kind of like just doing stuff, and there's nothing really tying it together. But then Kurt Russell comes in, and then I agreed that up until that point, there were scenes that I enjoyed, but it was kind of just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
there were a lot of things that I thought were just kind of like cringy jokes that were funny in the moment, but I think will wear kind of thin.
Yes,
and what was it like that?
A lot of Raccoon isn't funny to me. Rocket's jokes aren't. A lot of that isn't funny to me.
Like for me, like one of the things that I'm talking about is like when they're jumping, like when Rocket's jumping, and like their faces are just distorted for an abnormal length of time, and they like come back to it and do it again. Like I was like, okay, it's kind of funny now, but I will never want to watch this again. Like I don't. These are things that I would be willing to skip over if I'm watching this film.
I still the Drax still worked for me. Drax bits still work for me for the most part.
Some of them were good. Some of them weren't. I don't want to. Since this is a new movie and it's like a big movie, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin any jokes.
What about
the
part where they all die? Oops.
And for me, it was like, without trying to spoil anything too much, it was like, didn't we already do this Rocket plot point? Like, didn't we already take care of this?
Yeah.
How many after credit scenes were there? Were there 5?
There were 5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But I think some of them were like
some of them
10 seconds long.
Some were like little goofs and gaffs.
Some of them were goofs, and then some of them
were
like
just gaffs though.
Yeah. And then there was like the classic 1 or 2 actual things that kind of set up for the next one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, something about like Adam Warlock or something tying into the next one, I guess.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean,
spoiler.
And you either, if you don't know who Adam Warlock is, it's not really a spoiler. Even if you saw it, and if you know who he is, then you probably already knew.
Clearly a male witch
named Adam. All right, so would you guys recommend to go
I would
see
totally
it?
recommend
it.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely in the higher rankings of Marvel films for me, but that's not saying much, so. Because I was just, the people that I went with, we were just like, all right, what are your top 5? I even had trouble naming, like, a top 5.
Like 5 that you actually like?
That I was like, man, I really enjoyed that. I got to 4, and it's like, man, I mean, I guess whatever my 5th one was. But then, I don't know. And then a lot of the other ones, I mean, it's better than a majority of Marvel movies to me.
Because I mean, I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Avengers.
That was my struggle.
Winter Soldier.
Not Civil War. I meant Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my number one.
Winter Soldier.
Dude, Winter Soldier's so
Avenger.
good.
Oh, I'm not doing any order. I'm just
Yeah.
and like Iron Man. Those are the 4 that I can think of. That. Yeah, you're right. That's not. Yeah. Not that the other ones aren't like necessarily bad. I mean, the other Iron Man movies
but they
are,
just get passes though then, because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this was all right. Great movie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, that's but it's weird though too because it doesn't feel like it is out, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of these movies where it's like, oh man, this is finally coming out, and then it's like, oh shit, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is out.
Yeah.
It's just kind of it feels almost out of nowhere, even though I'm sure if you have TV, there's TV spots.
Oh
like,
yeah,
all the time,
all the time,
about it.
every day.
And trailers everywhere. But it's just
Every time I go to Dairy Queen.
What were your opinions on Yondu's increased presence and Mantis?
Mantis was okay. She just seemed like extra Drax.
A gimmick, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I liked Yondu.
Me too. I thought, well, Michael Rooker is just, he's good. I like
And
him.
he really did kill that role.
Oh, it was spoilers. Shit, dude.
No, like
Is that-
because it was like Michael Rooker as Michael Rooker and as Yondu, and then he fought himself.
Oh, shit.
Holy crap! Did John Woo direct that sequence? Holy shit!
But they made it
No,
a younger CGI version of Michael Rooker
No.
as Yondu.
John Woo didn't direct it. The
Doves did. I can see it in your eyes.
And that's what it looks
How
like
did you
when
do that?
doves direct.
What did you say, Charlie?
I said, and that's what it looks like when doves direct.
Very well played, everyone.
So, yeah, I would still recommend seeing it for sure to somebody, especially if they've watched all the other movies
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
it's-
Like, if you could
at
put
this
up with some
point-
of that other bullshit,
Yeah.
you see this, you'll enjoy it. I don't know if it'll watch as
I-
good in the rewatch.
I
but
will say I didn't enjoy the soundtrack as much on this one as I did the last one.
You
did or
didn't?
did
I
not?
did not.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's one of those things that you can't strike. You know, you can't.
I mean, and they just
Do
used
it
so many
twice.
amazing, iconic songs in the first one.
yeah, and it's just coming off of. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's no way that they could have matched or made something better as far as soundtrack goes because when the first one came out, that kind of soundtrack was pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
like
that-
doing that kind of thing. It's just back to the whole doing something good and original a second time isn't going to be as good as the first
That's
time.
something I remember thinking too when they're in that opening scene when they're fighting that big creature. It's just
Yeah.
like the title
Yeah.
credit scene. They're playing the song, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it works for the scene, but so many people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, that was awesome," because the music and stuff. It's like how many you can't always just then. That's gonna wear thin.
No,
it
no,
already
that's
was
it.
already.
I
Just
said
chuck
this-
a song on there.
I
and
said
to
the
make
same
a
thing.
scene.
I was like, that was a really cool scene the first time, but like if I'm watching that movie again, I'm like, oh my god, is this still happening?
It was long as fuck, and Baby Groot really didn't. He wasn't as like annoying as I thought he would gonna be on
Right.
the overdose, except for after that scene. It's like if the whole movie's like this, I don't know if I'm gonna stand it because the whole like 10-minute sequence of just him essentially at the
Jeez.
beginning,
It was the full length of
Yikes.
Mr. Blue Skies.
and it's just him like dancing.
Oh wait, seriously? The
Yeah.
ELO song?
and it's just
Yeah.
him dancing though. But it's like okay, we get it. Yeah, the dancing Baby Groot. Okay.
yeah, no,
That's a
'cause
long.
I was gonna say,
fuck song.
I was gonna say, I know me saying that means something to you, Tyler. That's why. I
I mean, it's a
said
good
it.
song.
Yes.
But like for a portion of the movie where like the true action is occurring in the background, blurry.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So.
But yeah, still go see it.
yeah, still recommend it. And,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I'll probably go check it out sometime soon. And then I'll tell you guys how awful it was. No, I'm kidding. Is Howard the Duck in it this time?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say.
Fuck. I might go now. Sweet.
See,
Okay.
that's the only reason I did it.
All right. Well, going in from that, I guess we'll just go into the stuff we actually like. Yeah. So, Steve, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Because we just talked a little bit about some Marvel. Something that I actually like is coming out in September is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh yeah.
The fourth in the at least the fourth in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. There were three had a couple iterations and things like that. And
Old Street Fighter style.
yeah, and Marvel superheroes. There's a lot of iterations with like Marvel characters, but the new one's coming out. I think it's gonna be really good. They just
they have
revealed Rocket Raccoon for that one too as well. So
they have a good track record too.
No,
like
yeah.
all those games are pretty well received, aren't they? Like
no, yeah, like
I've never been into fighting games really.
People give Marvel crap, like Marvel and Ultimate Marvel, for like the things, for it being a little too out of hand fighting game wise, but it looks like they're really trying to rein that in because they're adding the Infinity Stones to the next one. They're taking away a character, so it's going to be 2 characters instead of 3 characters on your team, but then they're replacing essentially a character with your choice of Infinity Stone, which then augments your characters in a different way.
Just give me another Ultimate Alliance or another Marvel Nemesis.
Yeah,
good.
That'd be cool.
Also, that would be. Then they have an even larger pool to come from.
Yes.
Injustice 2 is either out or coming out soon as
It's
well.
coming out on the 15th. I was considering,
be, but it was a spin on it. Good.
Yeah.
And
I was just saying that it comes out on the 15th, and
okay.
I don't have a PS4. The reason I'm so excited for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is because it's coming out on PC, but because of the poor reception of Mortal Kombat 10 on PC, Injustice isn't getting a release on PC. So I'm in that awkward situation
Gotcha.
where I can't play it unless I buy a PS4.
You can just buy the game and come over and play it.
I guess that's an option.
Charlie, so Injustice 2.
So mine is Injustice 2, but it's kind of like I saw a YouTube video where it's like, oh, Red Hood released, and I was like, oh, cool, and it's like DLC. It's like, man, fuck, this game isn't even out yet. And okay, whatever, yeah, whatever. But my thing that I like is that I'm to the point where it's like, I'm gonna just wait. I'm just gonna wait for them to release it with all the bonus characters. Because I did the first time, and I got the season pass, and you still got fucked.
Yeah,
with
we
that.
got fucked. We got fucked big time for that, dude.
Bullshit. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait this time.
Yeah,
because I want to play it. I want to get it.
The game looks really good. I think I've been watching a lot of gameplay for that. There's a lot of cool stuff. Like all the new characters look really cool, and I think they're doing a good job with what they're doing with that game too.
Yeah, I agree with you, Charlie. It's cool because I mean now we can just think about, oh hey wait, there's all these other games that I still want to play. Like, and those are cheap. I can play that until Injustice 2. And like I just got this PS4 recently, and I have the Uncharted games right now that I'm powering through, and then I have like a list of so many other backlog games that by the time I get to the newer games that are coming out now, it's
it's not like it's a game where the story is like. Granted, the comic story was pretty good and interesting and stuff like that, but it's not something where I'm gonna care if something was ruined for me. At the end. Whereas like if Halo, if somebody Halo's the campaign, like, oh man, that sucks. But
I am gonna say that I heard that they made the story mode in Injustice like way bigger this time.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Because the comics were surprisingly really well critically received, and they're on like year 20 now.
Are they really?
Yeah, or, I don't know, something crazy like that. I know they kept going, and I stuck with them for a while, and I just kind of lost touch, but they were entertaining.
And I think they did a good job because they're releasing costumes for characters that are like big. So like they're releasing a Reverse Flash costume for Flash.
Yeah,
they're releasing a Power Girl for Supergirl. So like,
that's cool.
And they're having like multiple Green Lanterns, so they're gonna have.
Which they did do that for the first one.
Yeah, I know they did for some, but
they should do it more for all of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it just there's a lot
easy.
of.
How hard is it to make a skin?
Yeah,
yeah, that's because I think the Batman games, like they just released a shit ton of skins for that, and that was always cool, like flying around as Batman Beyond and Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
Adam West in Arkham City.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a hat trick, I guess, of video game stuff we actually like, because I'm going to go ahead and say the Uncharted games right now. Uncharted 2 specifically. Like, I am playing...
This game sucks.
I played the first one. The first one was I mean, it was good, but it was kind of... like, climb this and then go straight to another wave of enemies. But then 2, right off the bat, already started out just a lot more cinematic, if that makes sense, and a lot more like... oh, this is a story that we're telling, and there's stints in it, which I guess I'm a weird person sometimes when it comes to this. I prefer the areas of games where I'm just like exploring or walking around, as opposed to fighting off enemies and doing whatever. It's like, oh, I like just kind of running around and doing what, and there's a good amount of that where you're like going from point A to point B or whatever with another character, and there's like more story being told.
So you really like No Man's Sky?
No, that game. I didn't get off the planet. I didn't get out the first planet. My coworker actually gave me a torrent of it or something. He was like, "Here, you want to play it?" I put it on a flash drive for you, and I came home and played it for like 5 minutes, and was like, "This is the most boring piece of shit I've ever played." I didn't even. Yeah, like I said, I didn't even get off the first planet. I was like, "What? This is stupid." But yeah, I'm really liking Uncharted 2, and I'm looking forward to see where the story ends up come 4. And then I think Lost Legacy or something like that is coming out later this year, which is it's like an add-on, but it's not like I think it's not a full price game. It's like $40 or something like that when it's going to come out. But it's about Chloe. I don't know if have you played any of them?
I played through the first one, then I started playing the second one. Something like I don't know what happened. Like maybe I don't know. It was a situation like I graduated college and I had to start work or something. Something changed where then I just got out of playing games for a while.
And then you
haven't gone back.
Yeah, it is interesting though
when that happens.
to see how much the new Tomb Raider games have taken from the Uncharted games.
Because you played the Tomb Raider games.
Yes, I played both the Tomb Raider games. I mean, I loved both of them. But yeah, playing it, it's like, oh, well, I see where they got. None of it's bad. It's just like I can see
Same
they definitely
for sure
drew inspiration.
Yeah, exactly, which is kind of crazy because I think the original Uncharted drew inspiration from the original Tomb Raider games.
That's like,
it's like
it's
a full.
It's like how God of War stole from Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna refer to Pirates of the Caribbean and the Monkey Island games.
Okay.
The old adventure. There's an old adventure series called like Monkey Island.
Yeah, and then the ride Pirates of the Caribbean stole from.
Yeah, so the ride, they got their inspiration from Pirates of the Caribbean, and then from those games, the writers of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie stole things from that, and so it kind of went back into itself.
I didn't know that. I know. Yeah, Monkey Island was like a LucasArts game, wasn't it? Yeah, back in the day. But yeah, those are the things we actually like. All video games. We're all a bunch of fucking nerds over here, I guess.
We host a podcast about movies.
You won't think that if you only listen to the first 10 minutes of this one.
It's true. It's we're easy at throwing that trail off, the scent off that trail. That is. But other than that, I guess shout out to Three Wise Media Network Group, whatever they want to call themselves.
Sure.
It's go check out their podcast, Three Wise Radio. You got Charlie's older brother Sam, as well as Garrett and Joe, come together for some. News and fun and they do some interesting like segments too where they do some cool stuff. Like I mean a while back they did we were just talking about this recently. A while back they did like an Olympic thing where they made their own
superhero Olympics.
Yeah, superhero Olympics. That's what it was.
Pick your teams, but you can't reuse people, so you got to be strategic.
And it was for each events and stuff like that. And
I couldn't have just said Superman for everything.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
I think there was. What was the volleyball team? Somebody had Superman and Hulk, I think.
I think it was Sam.
Jesus
I think Sam had Superman and Hulk. And then he said that
Service.
Like, Batman and anybody else, it wouldn't have mattered because he wouldn't trust him to. He would just do everything by himself.
No, who's on your volleyball team? Oh, Superman and Sentinel.
yeah. It's no,
two Celestials.
They do some fun stuff like that every now and then. It's a hoot and a half, a hoot and a holler. Actually,
I don't know what's the conversion rate of a holler to
it's really not 2 hoots though. Like
no, 2 hoots is too much. Yeah, I don't know what is the conversion rate to a holler to a hoot. It's one.
It's 7/9.
Something about counting out banana.
Well, I'm gonna guess that a holler is a little bit over half a hoot. Because
so it's like a 3/5.
Yeah, compromise. I can compromise with you on the 3.
No, you are not compromising with me. I think it might be 4/7. Now that you say it.
This podcast brought to you by Fifth Thirds Bank.
Other than that, just rate and review us or whatever. Do all that stuff. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Rate and report us.
Yeah, Gmail.
Please don't do that.
Movie versus podcast. You guys got anything else to add?
Nope.
No, I don't.
I'm good.
All right, bye. Steve, you didn't like that joke.
Because I don't want to be associated with me.
Movie Versus is a production of Three Wise Media. For more information, check us out on Facebook.